So, good morning, everyone. I just woke up. It's currently 10 here in the morning. It's Monday, and it is not really unusual for me to wake up at 10 because I usually wake up at 9:10. So, yeah, today you're gonna come with me to um, go to Dumaguete and do my to-do list. So first things first, we're gonna get up here.
To start my day, I make it a routine to perform my devotions in the morning by just listening to anything uplifting that will have a positive effect on my day. I have found that this habit helps me focus on my objectives and begin each day with a pleasant attitude. Also, it has helped me feel peaceful and at ease, which has lasted the entire day. After all of that, I meditate because I prefer to begin my day feeling rejuvenated and like I am prepared to face it head on without any interruptions. But since we are only humans, I occasionally find myself unable to resist becoming distracted by the technology. Everything around us can easily divert our attention. Yet, after getting sidetracked for a few hours, I usually find myself getting back on track and crossing things off my to-do list. It is critical to be aware of when we are becoming distracted and to take actions to reduce such distractions. This can entail designating particular times for accessing social media or email, as well as setting up a separate workstation free from distractions. After completing all of the meditations, I make my bed and do a little morning cleaning before beginning to write in my happiness journal and express my gratitude. I also list the things I want to get done this year on my list of goals. Then play a little bit with Mocha after that because she constantly clings to me when I open my door and wants nothing more than my attention. Then it is now time to feed her because she had a late breakfast and it was already 10 in the morning, so yeah.
So I got a package. It's for Mocha, actually, and she's a very picky eater. So I ordered her some picky eater thing that I can mix with the food. So yeah, and hopefully she'll eat all her food. This is the one.
So, with her diet, I generally give her dog food along with some veggies and some meat. However, because I don't have any meat for her, I put in some chayote and a little of its soup this time. I then put some powder. It is a picky eater powder that I bought online. Soon, it was time for me to prepare my coffee. Formerly, I had to have my coffee every morning, but for some reason, that changed. It seemed as though I only wanted coffee when I felt like it. I use stevia instead of sugar in my coffee because I am attempting to cut back on my sugar consumption. I also use stevia in the morning since I have been fasting for about 2 months now, which is also why. And for people trying to reduce weight or manage diabetes, stevia is a fantastic sugar substitute because it has no calories and has no impact on blood sugar levels. Then we now proceed to my favorite hobby, which is reading. I make it a practice to read 2 or more chapters every morning while also exercising my hands. Because it increases my vocabulary and broadens my understanding, I find reading to be both enjoyable and educational. It is an excellent approach to start your day off with a cheerful attitude and a desire to learn something new. I've liked reading ever since I learned how to read. and I have never looked back on my decision to make it as my favorite pastime. After a few chapters, I went about my morning routine. I used to go to the gym, but now that I'm so busy with my daily life, I've decided to do my workouts at home because it is more convenient for me and saves me a lot of time and money. I normally worked out for 30 minutes doing cardio, strength training, and stretching. Morning exercise keeps me energized and improves my general well being. Doing my activities at home gives me more flexibility in my program, which I can simply alter to meet my daily schedule. Plus, I can wear whatever I want without feeling self conscious. Following all that sweating, I took a shower and then began my skincare routine. I always use a light cleanser and moisturizer to keep my skin nourished and healthy. In addition, I apply sunscreen every morning to protect my skin from the detrimental effects of the sun because I do believe that taking care of your skin is important since it makes you look younger. Then we now walked down to the jeep station because I usually take the jeep down to Dumaguete and I walk like 2-3 minutes from my place down to the plaza. The first thing on our must-do list is to visit the Belcris. Here is where I get all of my groceries because they have almost everything, and you can select from a wide range of foods. They have a very wide range of options, and it is a tad pricey compared to a hypermarket because here it is largely imported from different regions. Yet the quality of the products is greater and worth the extra costs. Furthermore, they provide unique and difficult to find items that are not available in a typical hypermarket. Belcris Foods is a food service provider that provides all of your food needs for hotels, restaurants, and households, including breakfast items like sausages, hams, dairy, cheese, seafood, steaks, pork, beef, and salami, drinks like wines and juices, as well as coffee and tea, yogurt, various nuts like walnuts, almonds, dates, and other types of nuts that you can name of, as well as different spices for your foods and oils like olive oil. For hotels, resorts, and restaurants in Cebu and other nearby provinces in the nation, Belcris Foods is a locally owned manufacturing company that provides frozen processed meats products. Prior to going with my husband to Belcris, I would typically shop for groceries at Lee Plaza Hypermart. Nevertheless, ever since we started going there, Belcris has become my go-to grocery. Nonetheless, I always go to the hypermarket if I'm just doing some shopping for the house because you may find household goods there that are not available at Belcris. Both locals and visitors are familiar with it in Belcris. Foreigners and other residents likes to shop at Belcris because it appears to offer higher quality goods and greater variety of cuisine options than Lee Plaza Hypermart. I still go to Lee Plaza Hypermart though for household products that Belcris does not have. But in the end, it comes down to what the individual needs and wants. dropped into Tom Tom's for a drink because it was so hot outside and I needed to cool off after all the shopping. However, since I started coding, I also need to practice, and I'm sure you all know why I opted to become a programmer. I actually talked about it in my last video. In today's digital age, knowing how to code is a crucial ability that leads to several professional prospects. You can also make your own websites, apps, and software programs with this technology, which can be rewarding and successful. Tom and Tom's is where I hang out and work on my projects because of the nice ambience, and of course, we got the free Wi-Fi. But sometimes I do go to another coffee shop, and for most part, I stay at home. It is undoubtedly the ideal location for those who wish to unwind, calm, and be productive at the same time. The coffee and pastries are excellent, and the setting is comfortable and favorable to working. Overall, it's a location that comes highly recommended for those who want to improve their atmosphere to increase their productivity.